So I'm going to take you through a walkthrough of my entire setup. First of all, everything you see here was purchased by me. My parents don't spoil me, they don't give me weekly allowances. I work at a restaurant nearby me, and that's how I get my money to afford these things. To begin with, a lot of the things you'll see here furniture-wise is from IKEA, such as my lamp over here, which is just turned on by a push button on the floor. And that's what I use to light up my room. The two tables, those are from IKEA because they're really cheap, and I see a lot of other YouTubers out there such as Swashin that own these. The drawer unit is also from IKEA. It's called the Alex drawer unit. Has two USB hubs that I mounted there myself. Now onto the actual setup. I have my two PSD controllers here with the mouse mat that I usually put my phone on. The controllers sit on this very soft pad to prevent it from damaging the bottom of the controllers. The keyboard is a Japanese keyboard called Dragon War. It's a really cheap brand, but you know, what can go wrong with a cheap keyboard and cheap mouse? The speaker here is an LG soundbar. I keep it underneath the monitor stand, which I'll talk about later. It's relatively loud and it has really deep bass. Here are my two LG monitors. This one's a 24-inch, which I run my PC on. This one's a 22-inch, which I run my consoles on. And if I really wanted to, I can run both my PC on both the monitors. And I'm just going to give you a look behind of them. Now this wooden monitor stand was actually an old computer desk that was in the library downstairs. And I ended up cutting off the sides to make it this height. And by cutting the sides off, I can fit the speaker nicely, my 1 terabyte external hard drive, the mouse for the soundbar, and a mouse for my oscillating fan. And it looks really nice, and it adds extra space to my desk. As you can see, my monitor is sitting on top of them. And I think it fits in very well. Over here are my Astro 840s. I bought this was one of my biggest purchases ever. It was about 300 Canadian dollars, or actually more, almost 400 at the time that I bought it, and I love them. They're great, they sound amazing, and I would recommend them since they're a great gaming headset. Here's my custom built PC, which I made myself. This is what got me into computers, and this is what made me pursue. Sorry guys. This is what made me pursue my dream to become a computer software engineer or a computer hardware engineer. Inside it packs a Intel Core i7 in there, clocked at 3.6 gigahertz. I have a GTX 970. It has 16 gigs of RAM as well as a 750 watt power supply. This is my jailbroken PS3, which I jailbroke myself using an E3 flasher that I bought off eBay. As you can see here, this is what I actually have running on my screen. I can have a mod menu open, and I actually sell mods, which I'll talk about later. So that's that. Since I'm also a tech guy, I installed a color changing LED in there, although I think it literally just died right when I said that. As you can see here, it's breathing red, and I guess the battery's low or something because it was off for a second there. Yeah, the battery's dead. Well, not dead, but it's very low because it's only flashing red, which isn't normal. It flashes different colors. I have I have intake holes there on my PlayStation to allow it to run very cool. Temperatures are actually, it drastically impacts the temperatures in a positive way, of course. This is my Linksys router for my internet connection. This my dad actually bought as a surprise. It has 2 USB ports and 2 just regular wall outlets. I can charge my phones there and my battery banks, and it's just amazing. Above that, I have a calendar which my sister bought me for Christmas, and I love it because it's Mario and it's just really cool. Above my PC over here is a limited edition GTA 5 poster. My girlfriend bought it for me because she knows I love GTA a lot. I'm a big fan of it. I had it on PS3, PS4, and now PC. And honestly, I just love looking at that. I guess that's it for the top of my setup. Just gonna give another walkthrough right there quickly. Oh, behind here I just have a little Starbucks cup, which I keep I have various USBs in there and many SD cards. And then next to it, this little blue recycling bin. I just have a bunch of spare change in there, and I work at a restaurant. You get tip pool every other week, and I put my tip pool in there. I save it up there, sometimes, and then I deposit it into the bank every once in a while. I don't think I talked about this. This is my Astro Mix amp here that pairs with my headset, and that's just plugged into my console, and it's amazing. Now underneath my desk, everything is cable. I tried my best with cable management. I guess I did fairly well. As you can see here, the USB extension for the USB hubs runs underneath there. And all their cables run here. Everything. And the way I got that to work was by an idea that I saw on Swashin TV. He's a big setup guy, and he's really freak when it comes to cable management. I just took old 3-ring binders and cut off the covers, I guess, and nailed it into the bottom of my desk, and the cables just sit inside the binder rings, and it does the job well. I also have a power board mounted here, which kind of looks pretty messy, but when you stand up here, you can't really see a lot of it unless you go this low, but from this angle, it looks like I barely have any cables, although you can see a few there, but for the most part, I do not have any cable showing on my setup. Now underneath here, this is my wall of boxes, which I just like to keep here. This is the various amount of electronics and other stuff that I have purchased in here. So I really like this wall a lot. That's pretty much where all the money I make is spent. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of the footage of my setup that I shot. Bye. Alright guys, my apologies. For some reason the footage that I shot to play after the video was corrupted, and this is just the final look of the setup, guys.